Hello everyone! Welcome to the stream! How are we all doing? How are we doing? I love using that music to open up streams. I'm hoping you're all doing well. Nice to see you all already on board. It doesn't seem like the chat's loaded on Streamlabs, which is a bit annoying. That's what I'm kind of waiting on. But yeah, at least I can see you on my screens. How are you all doing? Are you doing well? Let's get some festive music on, shall we? Hold on. Let me pick this one. Might be a bit loud. I don't know. Let me check. Let me know how the music volume is. If it's too loud, I'll turn it down. Oh, it is started coming in. The chat has started coming in. I think the NFL music is fine. I've tried it before. It's fine. I think we should be good. If we do, I'll change it. Festive as hell. Let's go. I mean, yeah, it's still Boxing Day. It's still the festive period. My Santa hat's on top of the Cyberman. You know? I cannot wait for the remake of Series 4. Well, we're going to get into that discussion. Don't you worry about that. But right now, happy Boxing Day to you. I'm doing alright. My internet's spotty though, which is really annoying. That's annoying. That's annoying. My internet's become a lot more stable recent. I think you might have noticed. Put that Santa hat on now, coward. The thing is, if I want to listen to stuff though, I can't have that and the headphones on. So it's kind of like a trade. Which one do I do, you know? Is the music alright, by the way? Is it a good volume? Go Theris, thank you! Also, there's like 70 of you watching, which is already great. Feel free to like the stream if you haven't already. It helps with algorithm and stuff. It's fine. Good. And we'll probably go over a few theories as well. Yeah, the chat is on the screen at least. It's just a bit slow, so that's something. Also, if you've just joined the stream from like previous ones, you'll not know that if you subscribe or super chat during the stream, your name will appear one of these sides. I think it's this side. And yeah, so also to chat, you gotta be subscribed as well. Just stops a lot of the spam bots. Put it on over the headphones. I could try, but I think Dennis is rocking it right now. You know. Wait, is Darius actually beeped the meat? Well, that, you know, that would entail spoilers for the festive special, and I don't know whether I could give them away. But yes, I wanted to go over a couple of things. Mainly just have a little bit of a discussion about the 60th, because obviously I did my little trailer breakdown and my trailer reaction last night, which, by the way, thank you all very much for your support on those. Very much appreciate that. The algorithm seemed to love those. I'm guessing it's because, actually, very early little thing that I wanted to show off. Have you seen the views the new trailer's racking in? Ooh, no, don't play it. I'll get claimed. No. Although we were alright yesterday, so I might be okay. But if you look... hold on, let me just make sure you guys can see. If you look here, look. They've just put 3 weird doctor kisses up on the channel, which... Interesting choice. But the teaser trailer for the 60th is on like 870,000 views in like less than a day. That's insane. For context, it's already overtaken any piece of centenary stuff. The biggest centenary thing was the initial trailer, which clocked in at about 820 something thousand views. So it's already, yeah, 827,000. So it's already done that in its, you know, initial 24-hour run. And I have no doubt it'll reach 1 million within the day, which is madness. Genuine madness. And I think the trailer was a really good trailer as well. And obviously you can see more of my thoughts on that. But it's just insane to see Doctor Who doing this well. And I think, yeah, it just bodes incredibly well for the future. And I'm really happy to see, you know, Doctor Who doing well, I guess. Also, if you're wondering where the music went, it ran out. I probably should... oh no! The black screen again! God damn it! Okay, that always happens, right? And I swear, like, I set it so that it should be able to, like, show my Chrome automatically whenever a Chrome window is open. Regardless, it should show it. But it doesn't. And it annoys me. There we are. Should have fixed that. Okay. But yeah, to say that again, because this always happens at least once in a stream, the teaser trailer for the 60th anniversary has already amassed 870,000 views in its first 20 hours, which for context is more than any centenary stuff got, with the most the centenary stuff got being 827,000, which was the initial trailer you can see here. It also outpaced the Flux trailer, which I think clocked in around 700,000 views. And this is just within, a 20-hour span. It will probably hit 1 million within the day. Yeah, hats off to the Doctor Who team, quite frankly, for doing such a great job with this. Incredible scenes. I don't know why they've decided to make 3 weird Doctor kisses. But you know what? That's fair enough. Bit of a whiplash going from these two, but yeah, very cool to see Doctor Who doing well, and it was consistently trending. Hold on, if I get at my Twitter, hold on. You can see it's still trending, like now. It's still 26,000 tweets. Doctor Who and Doctor Who both trending. In fact, let's have a look at the list. Where is it on the list? Is it still on the list? It might have gone off the list. I think it was. I know Beep the Meep and Doctor Who were both on the list at some point. But yeah, Doctor Who and Doctor Who. Doctor Who was trending in the US and the UK as well. Chibnall was trending at one point. Tennant was trending. Toymaker. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Doctor Who winning all round, it seems, these days. It's not a mistake, it's a tradition at this point, Theories. See, that's the good way of looking at it. Can't believe Beep the Meep was trending again yesterday, lol. Yeah, we actually, I think, did we do that the first time? Were we the ones to do that the first time? With did we just get people to randomly tweet Beep the Meep and that was the first time it trended? And then it trended again with the trailer. So technically it's the second time, But yes, someone said in the chat there, you can't release a trailer this early though. This is the thing. I find it really interesting because a lot of people I know are very, confused by that because they're like, it's so far in advance. And obviously with like Chibnall era trailers, they only really did trailers kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like 2 weeks before broadcast. And with this, obviously it's a lot earlier. But I think what people are forgetting is, while yes, this might be quite novel for like a BBC show, like the average BBC show, like Call the Midwife or The Apprentice, they're not getting stuff years, or months before. I think the difference here is that when you look at bigger franchises, like Stranger Things, for example, that had like trailers months and months before the episodes came out. They want Doctor Who to be more than just your average BBC show. They want it to be a franchise. And I think that's what it's going to allow them to do, is basically make it a franchise. I think that's the hope, at least. Also, it's very strange. I've just seen that there's a super chat, but you've not come up on screen unless it's delayed. Hold on. Maybe if I refresh it again, maybe it'll come up. Anyway, I'll say it anyway because my Streamlabs stuff seems to be a bit weird. But thank you to Hoovian66. It might come up later on screen. Beep the Beep looking like Baby Yoda. Thank you for the £1.79. Yeah, he does a bit. Although, oh, there we are. There it is. There it is. Yes, you are. Thank you, Hoovian66. Yeah, I do agree. Although he does predate Baby Yoda by about, I don't know, 40 odd years, I guess, because it's like 1980s, wasn't he, the comics? Let me enjoy my Christmas present from the Doctor Who department to stop whining about getting more stuff. This is the thing as well, like, I find it really weird that people were like, the discourse surrounding this trailer was really weird for a few reasons, and I want to get into, I'm probably going to make separate clips out of some of these points, because, yeah, I've got a lot to say. But one of the ones that I found particularly weird was people were like, oh, it's way too early for them to be showing a trailer, 11 months in advance of broadcast. And then those same people were sort of saying things like, oh, but the trailer didn't show us anything particularly new. The trailer didn't really give us much more. And it's like, so you want them to, like, not give away too much, but also give away more, but also not release stuff. It's very confusing. As I summarised on Twitter the other night, this was kind of the vibe it was giving me. Hold on. I summarised it in a tweet last night. Here we are. Doctor Who fans be like, do something new, but also, we want more returning characters, and it's too early to release a trailer, but also, the trailer didn't tell us enough. We are impossible to please. And it's true, like, it was weird how the same people who were like, oh, it's too early. We're also like, why didn't it show us everything? And it's like, what do you want? Like, I don't envy the Doctor Who production team because we must be a nightmare to produce for, you know. Maybe we're getting something for New Year's. I wouldn't say we're getting an episode or anything, no. But as far as I understand it, and this is as far as I understand, so it could be wrong, our first episode will be November, which does sound like a while away, but what I think they'll probably do is they'll probably give us little updates like this, or little bits and bobs every few months to keep us going. Obviously, we'll have the monthly magazine as well. So I think as long as they keep people invested, I think it was a great idea to drop something on Christmas. Because think about it, right? Russell loves Doctor Who's Christmas slot. He loves it being on Christmas, and he knew he couldn't give us a full special this year, so he decided, you know what? I'll give them something else to look forward to. I'll give them a full-on, I'll give them a full-on trailer instead. And I think that's a pretty good trade-off. Also, is my mic levels too high? Or are we good? I don't want it to be peaking too much, but let me know. Also, I'm going to refresh the other... Wait, is the alert box the same thing? I think it is. I think we're fine. Yeah, sorry, I'm just checking my settings. Theories, I think they just made Beep the Beep Grogu Baby Yoda just so they can just so people will spot it out and like him. Imagine if they actually did his 70s, 80s look. To be fair, that is true. I was wondering how they were going to adapt his look because it is so... I mean, sometimes it looks cute and then in other panels it looks kind of terrifying. But I definitely could see them doing like plushes, and I also think... Because from what I understand in the comics, spoilers if you don't know, I guess, but like Beep the Meep is a more, I guess, untrustworthy, slightly villainous presence. So I guess in this case, it would make sense to get everyone, the average person, to go, oh, he's so cute, and then have him like eat people. You know, like it would be quite funny. Oh, we've had another super chat. Thank you to Whovian66 once again with the £1.79 super chat, saying, which villain is going to come first? I'm reckoning, okay. Here's how I see this going down. First episode, very light sort of introduction with Tennant and Tate and the nobles and oh, what's going on, what's all this, and you'll have the initial conflict with the Wraith Warriors and the Beep the Meep. That'll be your first episode. A lighter, more fun conflict, very RTD1-esque, but obviously very goofy and campy. And then it will be revealed maybe towards the end of episode 1 or in episode 2 that, oh, the Toymaker's pulling more of the strings. We might see one of those scenes where, if you remember from way back from filming, you know, we've seen him dancing through the streets, parading. He clearly has some control over the domain. I reckon the Toymaker's full involvement will be like a cliffhanger reveal, or not reveal, but a cliffhanger moment. Like, oh, you know, the Toymaker's making everything go haywire and the Doctor's really stuck, and then, you know, end credits music plays. But is RTD trying to confuse and mislead us? That's also true. RTD is very good at, like, you know, giving us... What I love about RTD's approach, and I've said this a couple times, is that he gives us stuff to talk about and speculate about without giving away the whole picture. He's got the perfect middle between... Like, Moffat, I would feel like sometimes was too much, you know? Like, everyone talks and everyone rags on the John Sim Master reveal being too early, and I am inclined to agree with that. But I think Chibnall's the opposite, where he was too reluctant to give away anything. RTD has that middle point where he gives us stuff to get excited about, but also the trailer itself didn't give away too many plot details that we didn't already know. The Beep the Meep is a full villain. The whole point is that you think he's cute and vulnerable, and then he gets you. The Wraith Warriors are the good guys who you think are the bad guys. Yeah, I think that's what I think you are right. So I think that's what I mean. That they deliberately make him cute so that it's like, oh my god, he's actually a villain. Oh, we've had another super chat. Thank you to Quiozai, I hope I'm saying that right, for the £2 super chat, saying happy Boxing Day, love the vids. Thank you, really appreciate that. Really helps out the channel for any support. Yeah, it really does help out. But there's a couple of things I wanted to go over, really. And I think the major sort of discourse that was sparked last night, I suppose, and it's been something that's been kind of a prevalent discussion ever since the concept of the 60th had been kind of further fleshed out was the idea that, you know, oh, so it's just David Tennant and Catherine Tate doesn't feel very 60th anniversary to me. And I have a couple of responses to this. Number one, I tweeted out last night, you know, personally, I'd much prefer a focus story on a select few characters, not last night, rather than today. I don't know why I said last night, than cramming in a million cameos into just one story for the sake of it. But hey, that's just me. And I think this is how I think and I view the 60th anniversary. Don't get me wrong, and I should preface this opening kind of statement by saying I'm a Matt Smith fan. Like, he's my favourite of all of them. That's always been the case, probably always will, although I love Tennant as well. But the reality of the situation is, Russell wasn't in a very easy position when it came to the 60th anniversary. Let me explain why. Okay, so you think about it, logistically. Chibnall's left. You know, you've got this weird in-between phase where, you know, a new Doctor hasn't been selected yet, but you want to do something for the anniversary. In terms of Doctors and Companions, we just had Power of the Doctor, which has literally every classic Doctor, bar Tom Baker, I guess, and a ton of classic companions. When it comes to the new Who boys, you've got, obviously, Chris won't do it, for obvious reasons. That's been, you know, made very clear. Peter, whilst I don't think is quite as, you know, unwilling, is probably in a similar boat to Eccleston. That's just the reality. And then with Whittaker, she's just left. So that leaves you with two Doctors and maybe, you know, that leaves you with two Doctors who haven't appeared in a few years, who you could realistically do to drum up hype for the 60th. And that gives you 10th Doctor, or David Tennant and Matt Smith. Those are the two. When you look at it like that, if you were to do a story with those two, whilst I think there are ways you could do that story in a different way, to the average person, and I can guarantee this would be said, even if there was narrative justification and different reasonings for it, people would just say, oh, but it's just the 50th anniversary again. That is what people would say. And whilst, again, I would love Matt Smith to come back, from the story we have as it exists at the moment, additional Doctor cameos, at least to me, don't feel super necessary to the overall plot. Don't get me wrong, if they are surprises, great. And I'm more than, you know, be more than happy to have them there. But at the same time, as I said in my initial tweet, I would much prefer a story focused on a few characters that he wants to tell his story with, rather than just cramming everyone in for the sake of doing it. I understand that it's the 60th, and, you know, people kind of expect that, but equally, whilst this is something that's meant to, you know, sort of celebrate the show as a whole, we must also not forget, I've just seen I got a super chat, I'll go over that in a sec, we must also not forget that this is a story that will be the reintroduction to Doctor Who for many, many newcomers. So whilst it might be whilst the compulsion might be from fans to have, I want this Doctor back, I want this Doctor back, I want this Doctor back, not only is that kind of infeasible for the reasons I kind of outlined already, but also I don't know whether that would be as accessible to a new audience than what we have currently, because the comments are just filled. If you go on any YouTube video on the new trailer, particularly just the main one, the comments are absolutely filled. I just see we got a new subscriber. Thank you to Kevin Ryan. The comments are absolutely filled on that video with people being like, oh, I haven't watched Doctor Who in years, and I'm going to watch it again. And I think that was the plan. So basically, to reiterate what I'm saying, whilst I'm not going to say that I would not like to see other Doctors, of course I would. I think the way they're doing it, the storyline, it makes sense, and I'm not too opposed to it. A, because we literally had a massive celebration last episode, and B, there's many logistics behind getting, you know, New Who and other Doctors. I think there's a lot more to that than people realise. You know, when Moffat was doing the 50th, literally the only person who was contracted was Jenna Coleman's Clara Oswald, and that was it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as easy to do anniversaries and just, they can't just bring back everyone whenever they want. You know what I mean? It's not as simple as that. I would say what they're doing now is more unique as well, because We've never seen a Doctor in their original form reunite with their companion many years afterwards. That is a new concept for an anniversary. And everyone says it, oh, multi-Doctor story is kind of overdone. I've heard that criticism loads. So I don't envy the position here. But the other thing I want to say is I'm seeing a lot of people kind of like, sort of, I guess, be quite gatekeepy when it comes to people who watched the David Tennant era now coming back after a few years. And to reiterate, I've been watching Doctor Who since 2008. I've been watching it towards the end of Tennant all the way up to now. I've been through the whole journey. But at the same time, what I think people need to understand about where we're at currently is that people having preferences towards a certain thing doesn't necessarily mean it's an attack on the other things. Again, I'm a massive Matt Smith fan, but if they didn't really vibe with Matt Smith or Stephen Moffat or Chris Chibnall, then that's fine. If they want to come back for Tennant, let them. And maybe, just maybe, if this era, if this story, if this sort of transition period goes right, they might stick around for Ncuti Gatwa. And then we have more new fans, which can only ever be a good thing for the show in itself. So I don't really know. I don't think that greeting those fans with hostility is the right way to build a strong fandom again. I think that while, yeah, you can say, oh, check out this story, check out this story. If you've missed out on it, this one's really good. Give recommendations, of course. But, try not to demean people just because they've just come back after a few years. They didn't betray Doctor Who. Some people just fall out of love with things. I even had a period like that during Series 9 where I'm like, you know what? I'm not really feeling this at the moment. It's being human. They're not being toxic, But that's just how I see that. Thank you to Kenzo for the subscribe. But that's how I see it. Also, thank you to Doctor Who Mania for the €2.49 super chat. Hope you had a good Xmas, mate. Love from Ireland. Thank you very much. Obviously, I'm not going to say people shouldn't come back. I absolutely would love them to. But at the same time, I don't feel like greeting people with the hostility is the right way to go about it either, How do you think the airing schedule of the 60th will go? Well, I think one of them will definitely be on the day. I think it'll all be November, and then we'll get the Christmas one shortly after that. Only 875 views in nearly 24 hours on the trailer. Not going great compared to other TV shows that get millions in less than 24 hours. You've got to remember, though, that, we're rebuilding at the moment. And also, that's incredibly good for Doctor Who. Bearing in mind that, the last episode, it's already circumvented the last trailer. It's already circumvented most series trailers of recent, and it will probably continue to increase. That's done quite well. Darius, did you see Russell playfully tease the possibility of Croton, the Cyberman, making his live-action debut? No, I didn't see that. Where was that? But yeah, I think what I'm saying is, bottom line, it's okay to be hesitant towards towards this whole anniversary concept. And I get people who want to see other Doctors. I just find that there is a select small portion of people I'm noticing who, because they enjoyed previous stuff, which they are fine to. I need to change this notification sound. It keeps making me jump. Thank you, Captain Pinop, for subscribing, though. I think because people enjoyed the previous stuff, which they have every right to do, they kind of feel resentful that it's going back for, other people, or, they kind of feel like, oh, why didn't people like the thing I liked as much? And it's at the end of the day, it's all Doctor Who. You know what I mean? Moffat, Davies, Chibnall, it's all Doctor Who. Everyone's allowed their preferences, and it's all fine. And I just hope that, as the year goes on, people get a bit, just chill out a bit, really. Hopefully. I see Cyber Claws, yeah. But I did want to point out this because there was an article that I didn't read from the BBC press office saying Doctor Who's 60th anniversary trailer. Merry Christmas and a very happy Who year. Love that. The three 60th anniversary specials are said to be explosive as Doctor Who returns in November 2023. We wanted to give fans and families, fans, friends, and families a lovely little Christmas present with a promise that 2023 will be a riot of Doctor Who goodness. As the Christmas special treat, Doctor Who landed a 60-second action-packed trailer today, giving viewers a glimpse of what's to come as the show prepares to enter its 60th anniversary year. With David Tennant back as the Doctor, the three specials will air in November 2023 before Ncuti Gatwa takes control of the TARDIS over the festive season. It has now been revealed that alongside previously announced Catherine Tate, Yasmin Finney, and Neil Patrick Harris, Jacqueline King will be reprising her role as Donna's mother Sylvia, and Carl Collins as Donna's long-suffering husband Sean. The show also welcomes Ruth Madley, who will be appearing as Shirley Ann Bingham, whose name I didn't mention in the previous video, so I thought I'd mention it here, and then you get the pictures that we've seen. With glimpses of monsters and the return of Unit, the three specials are set to be explosive as Doctor Who returns in November 2023. That's another thing I want to point out. A lot of people are just saying that, like, oh, the 60th is just RTD1 nostalgia, when already it's seeming like we have the Toymaker, Beep the Meep, Wraith Warriors, Unit, potentially a Mel Bush cameo from rumours as well. I don't think it is just RTD1, but that's just me. Oi, where's Wilf? Yeah, I'm reckoning. It's an interesting thing with that. Go to production news. There's a new cast actor, is there? I'll have a look now. What was the other thing? Yeah, I think with Wilf, they're probably saving him for later trailers. I've seen some people say, oh, are they gonna, cut out his bits because of what happened to Bernard Cribbins, unfortunately. I don't think they will. Power was basically just an 80 celebration. All the rest was cameos too. The 60th looks mostly celebrating RTD1 with extras, i.e. the Toymaker. 14 is a new concept with at its nature causes point two. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready for like there to be a new concept. We have literally the same lines from RTD1. It's like, yeah, okay, but you got to think like that is a trailer. Of course they're gonna put David Tennant saying Alonzi in the trailer because everyone's gonna go, oh my god, I feel 10 again. I feel like a kid, and that's exactly what it did. It's marketing. It works. That doesn't mean that the entire story is just gonna be hello Donna Noble from the 2006 episode Runaway Bride. Hello David Tennant's Doctor from the 2005 episode Christmas Invasion all the way up to the End of Time Part 2, January 1st, 2010. Like they will have evolved. It's just that they're using some of the legacy lines because, of course, they are going to do that in trailers. I don't think they're even going to put him in the trailers. I think will be a surprise reveal in the episode. That would be cool. Yeah, that would be nice. I'm still excited for this, but honestly, I'm more interested in Ncuti Gatwa and his new series. That's another thing, though. That's fair enough. To be excited for Ncuti more than the other. Personally, I'm excited for both, but it's a case of like, what you call it? Like, I'm excited for both, but I think that's another thing that's annoying me. People are acting as though this is all we're getting, when we know for a fact we're getting a new era with Ncuti Gatwa, with Millie Gibson, with, all these other new people. So it's weird to me that people are only just like saying like, oh, but it's just 2008 again, when there's already stuff going on. It's like the Terminator from the second film saying, I'll be back or come with me if you want to live. It's a throwback, but it works. I'm all up for it. Yeah. I remember the Force Awakens trailer as well. Like, there was a lot of callbacks in that. Like, when they say Chewie, we're home, of course that's nostalgia bait, right? But, like, that was the market. And the thing is, it's not only Doctor Who that does that. I'm not going to say that I want every year from now on to just be like this, but I think for a one-off, for a 60th, I think it works, Yeah, well, we weren't exactly not going to get an Alonzi. Exactly, and people are sort of talking like, oh, people are like, oh, why is David Tennant just the 10th Doctor again? And it's like, I wasn't expecting much different. There wouldn't be, um, much reason not to bring David back without him at least somewhat being similar to his original incarnation. There probably will be differences, but yeah, you know, I'm open to the idea that to some it feels cynical. I get that perspective. I just think that we are still very much in early days, and that's another thing I want to say as well, is that like there's so much we probably do not know about these episodes yet. You know what I mean? Like they've literally only shown us things that have been outside. Has every leaked thing been confirmed in the trailer public filming now? I think so, which is exciting in and of itself because it means even for people like me, I'm going in I'm going in completely blind almost. You know? Which is very exciting for me. Terminator Genesis of the recent Star Wars is not a good thing to copy. Obviously, I don't think the later films are very good in Star Wars' case at least, but that initial trailer was received very warmly, and I don't think that necessarily leaning into nostalgia is inherently a bad thing. I think for me, there's two key things that can make nostalgia at work and nostalgia not work. One is if you're using that nostalgia to tell a new story. Um, like if it's being used to tell a new story, which in the case of the RTD2 era, it is. The characters have grown, they've evolved. It's not like, say, for example, I'm trying to think of an example where the characters haven't grown. I mean, there's very much new stuff, new elements being thrown in here. But also, if it's being used to tell a new interesting story, which I think it is. Remember people complaining about Russell overshadowing Jodie by posting announcements over the summer? By that logic, shooting is now overshadowing David. Yeah, that argument was always dumb. That argument was always silly. It's like, yeah, the new era was going to announce things that was going to be happening. But yeah, personally, I still feel it's a bit off calling the David 14 Shooty 15. I really don't see that as that big of an issue. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's weird. I don't see it as that big of it, like a deal. The numbering has always been kind of bollocksed up ever since John Hurt came along. So I don't really mind him being 14. Although I do find it weird, like how people are pettily being like, he's not 14, he's 10. It's like, all right, okay. I'm looking at Doctor Who production news sideline. I'm not seeing anything new. Hold on. Let me do it. Let me do a Google. Not a Google, but a Twitter. Same thing. Let me have a look. Oh, I see. Oh, so they're speculating who the kid is. Okay. From the dumping ground, apparently. Okay, interesting. Uh, interesting. Cool. I don't know whether that's an announcement, more so just speculation, but that's still cool. SFX also did announce that they were having Power of the Doctor coverage, actually. So that's interesting. Power of the Doctor behind the scenes coverage. That's cool. That's cool. The trailer was on 870k views when the stream started. Now it's on 877. It's doing really well. It's doing really well. Every anniversary, Doctor Who should mess up the numbering even more. Yeah, I just don't really mind about the numbering, to be honest. It doesn't bother me at all. It's young and cheerful. Does it look like him that much? I know he's got glasses. Um, And actually, that's another thing I want to talk about. I might have invested in a 14th Doctor cosplay, as in Tennant. Uh, yeah, maybe I'll do a video on that soon if you guys want to see that. Uh, I think that'll be a fun video. Nostalgia is a tool for writers when they can use it. It can be used for cheap bait, but it can also be used for awesome stories. I'm hoping we get the latter option. True. Someone described it to me as David and Catherine being the bait and Shooty being the hook. Hopefully, they're using Tennant and Tate to draw, casuals back in, and then they'll stick around for Shooty Gower. I think that's the intention. Cos Slay, Theris, thank you. Hasn't your wallet suffered enough? Yes, it has. But, I do it for you. I do it for the content, You're going to get figures reviews from me, maybe cosplay stuff. I'm really going to, expand my horizons. Also, have on-screen comments stalled? Have they? That's annoying. I could see if I could refresh it. I think Mr. TARDIS has this issue as well, doesn't he? Or at least he said he has. Refresh. Current cache. Alright, I've refreshed it. Maybe see if it changes anything. It's gone away currently. I don't think... I never agreed... I never agreed to an OnlyFans. Ryan's Terry's Toys reviews. After we got to 13, numbers don't mean as much. Yeah, I mean, it's like... I don't mind, Also, I will say some of the memes to come out of the trailer yesterday is pretty good. Some of the memes have been incredibly funny. I'm really happy that the standard villains, like the Daleks and Cybermen, on the anniversary. That's another thing as well, like, seeing a unique threat that isn't just, oh my god, the Daleks and the Cybermen again. It's like, that's nice. Like, a threat that hasn't been seen in a while is very nice. Definitely. I just hope hooking in the casuals with Tennant and Tate also leads to great stories. I reckon so. 20k subs for Theris to read the entire Shrek script. Yeah, I'd do that. I'd do that for 20k. Well, maybe if we get there by the end of January, I'll do that. That's your goal. We're on, 18,682 right now. So if anyone wants to subscribe, now's your chance. What is your favourite style of Dalek? Good question. I am actually planning on ranking all of them at some point. My inclination would probably be... Oh, in terms of favourite, that's difficult. I really do like the grey Renegade ones. Specifically the matte paint rather than the shiny paint in Genesis. And I also like the Imperials quite a bit. What's your favorite trailer meme? Oh, there's been a few good ones. A lot of the ones where they're comparing a lot of the ones with the scene where Donna's like, oh, well, who's the skinny man? And Sylvia's hiding him, and they're using that as a meme template. I find quite funny. Like this in particular is very funny. Hold on. Like stuff like this. It's very funny. I'm not doing more. I'm not doing more. I'm not doing more accents today. Not after last time. Oh, my voice is already starting to go a bit funny. Oh, also fun fact for any of you who want to know about it. There might be a new logo in the works. Ooh, exciting. Beep the Beep found by Donna's daughter, and she brings Beep home, and that's what springs the special. Possibly. That could work. I probably will go through some more theories in an upcoming video, hopefully. Also, has anyone noticed with Twitter, by the way, like, I've had a few tweets now that failed to send the first time. So yeah. New Tharies logo or new Doctor Who logo? New Tharies logo. Twitter servers have been down bad recently. Yeah, it's been really odd. No, no. A logo for me. I must know, what is your favourite bit of dumb Twitter drama? Oh, that's a good question. My favourite would probably honestly be when I said that Legend of the Sea Devils was one of my least favourite episodes. And someone made a subtweet about that saying, it's really weird how big Doctor Who accounts are saying that a story with a lesbian queer love story in the middle of it is their least favourite episode. It's like, but my reasons for disliking it had nothing to do with that. Oh, we've had a super chat.
Yes, you have.
Thank you for the £20. Thank you for the £20 and for Edo Raccoon. My debt for the Cybers account being fake. Wait, was the Cyber account you? Or the Cybers account you? Or is it just something that did you bet on it being fake? Oh no, I remember. You said you bet with me, didn't you? You said, oh, I bet it's real, and I was like, nah. I was like, is that what that was for? But thank you for remembering. Is the redesign going to make your logo look like the new Doctor Who logo more? Possibly. It might also come with a new little animation, which might be inspired by my favourite Doctor's certain title sequence. What is your favourite Doctor Who era? Mine is the 70s. It's difficult because I love the RTD1 era, but I also love like Matt stuff. And then classic Who wise, I really love Sylve's run. I think Sylve's run is really strong. I mean, Dragonfire onwards, like Sylve's run is really strong. The 70s is also like a really strong. I love the 60s as well. I love a lot of it, to be fair. The Human Nature Family Budge drama was dumb AF. Yeah, that's true. When the new logo is being used, you've redecorated. Oh, like I think you guys will like it. Do you plan on doing fan film content like the Confused Adipose and stuff? It's something I've thought about, but like I just don't have the manpower nor the skill to pull it off, I don't think. Like, I think I'm much better just talking like at a camera to you guys, or at least I'd like to think. Let me get the Christmas music back on. Feels a bit dead. There we are. I prefer just, sort of talking to you guys, in this kind of face-to-face, one-on-one manner. I have got a 2023 advent calendar, or not advent calendar, a main calendar for 2023. My mum got me the new 13th Doctor one, so there we are. Like, the only difference is that this is a version of the 10th Doctor that's been through 11, 12, and 13, just the interim experience, but, like, that's not enough to make a different incarnation. I mean, I'm just saying, Ruth was justified less. I'm gonna just put that out there. Tharies merge has existed before now. I don't really promote it, but it is still out there. But, I might have to make some more if there's a new logo, I guess. Also, rate my Christmas jumper, by the way. Do you want to take a look at this? Hold on, I'm going to show it on screen. I think you saw it yesterday, but this was how I went to Christmas dinner the other day. Hold on. Where is it? There we are, look at that. Look at him, he's so happy. Look at the tree. And, the Christmas jumper there. I like that Christmas jumper. Also, I want to point out as well, because I pointed this out on Twitter the other day, but I just think it's really cool that Ruth Madley's been joined the cast. Like, nice to see some more disabled representation, particularly wheelchair-bound disabled representation in Doctor Who, because we haven't seen that. Ooh! Guys, we have some news. Well, not news, but interesting stuff. Hold on, I'll just stop this. Someone has just pointed out that if we look here, hold on, Doctor Who is #1 on trending on YouTube. I can't remember the last time that happened. Can anyone else? Because I can't. That's really impressive if it's made it to #1. That's really impressive. $12 out of 10. Thank you. Oh, too kind. What do you think about Tasman, do you think Yaz will be mentioned again, like Rose Tyler is? I mean, it's possible that she could be mentioned again, but I mean, I don't see the previous companions being like focused on too much during this special. I saw a weird tweet today being like, if they don't recognize Yaz in Doctor Who again, I'm gonna do stuff. It's like, all right, like, you know, every era to a certain degree is kind of a soft reboot. You know, the 50th was number one. Was there one after? Was there one after that though? Yeah, for some reason I need to retry finding tweets. Yeah, I'm the same. Do you think Ruby will fall in love with the Doctor like Rose? I hope not. I really hope not. I'm kind of over the romance angle, and I have been for a while. You know, Doctor Who number one trending. That is very good. I'm just gonna give that a little retweet. I'm looking at trending and Doctor Who in there. That's interesting. Let's have a look. On YouTube, not on Twitter. Yeah, no, it is number one on trending. I've just checked myself. There you go. You can see number one trending. Trending. Look. Number one, Doctor Who. Behind Technoblade and Mr. Beast. I'd say Technoblade, Technodad, but yeah. Or no, ahead of Technodad and Mr. Beast. So there you go. It definitely is. Oh, you're in Australia. That might be why. Did you enjoy Christmas yesterday? Yeah, I did, honestly. It was quite a low-key affair. I went out for Christmas dinner, which I don't normally do. But yeah, it was nice. We were waiting quite a while, but that's probably because they overbook on Christmas. You know, those places, they book more than they could handle. But it was nice. It was a very low-key, quite quiet Christmas, which was quite nice, actually. In New Who, every time the showrunner changes, the show basically soft reboots. Yeah, and what the volume RTD is giving right now is definitely soft reboot territory. You know, in the purest sense of the word, basically having Ncuti start back, you know, after David Tennant is kind of the way of like, oh, you know, let's have Doctor Who at its height to start it again. You know. I also really love the like the custom figures people are making. I'm really excited to get my own 14th Doctor figure. I'm really excited for that. Oh, we've had a super chat. Thank you to History Talks with Tom, who donated £2, saying it gave me goosebumps when he said, if she remembers. Yeah, I'm really glad that that's the focus and they've not, like, because it would have been very easy to just have, like, some, sort of, like, kind of have, like, a cop-out reason for her to remember or something, but, like, it seems that that's very much a, is very much something that, like, is going to be prevalent in the minds of people. Athari's figure, please. Oh, I would love that. I just feel every era has been represented with the Centenary in the 60th, but not the Moffat era. I mean, I suppose on paper, but, like, he also had, like, a really long run himself, you know? I feel like Moffat's already been kind of well represented through his own era. But, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing a Moffat era. I mean, to be fair, there are rumours that Kate Stewart will, and Kate Stewart is a Moffat era character. Kate Stewart will make another appearance in, you know, what do you call it, the 60th, because of unit and stuff. But yeah, someone said, why do you think 14 looks like 10? I think there's been a few theories. I think it's the toy maker doing it. Twitter Who fans seem to be really lenient towards Jubilee and overly harsh towards RTD. Obviously, I don't like to generalize, but there is certainly a sect or a section of fans who feel that way. Do you agree with the theories that Neil Patrick Harris is playing the Celestial Toymaker? Oh, 100%. I think that's as close to being confirmed, like, without being confirmed as it could possibly be, if you know what I mean. Where, yeah, we don't know it officially 100%, but it's, like, pretty close, you know? Like, it's pretty close. Bear in mind, as well, we'll also have, not only next month are we having the new figure, we'll have DWM, Doctor Who Magazine will have their next issue out next month. Shooty Gap will resume filming early January. We'll have lots going on in January as well. Like, the train is going. Train is full steam ahead, you know? Just saw someone respond to something. I'm trying to see what the original point was. I know Kate was in downtime, but, like, canonically, not to use that again, but canonically, Kate is a Moffat era character. Because downtime isn't canon. So, according to the TARDIS wiki, the Beaver's male. I did not know it's gender. I assume that there's multiple of him, or maybe there is just one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how he works, but I'm excited to see him. He's a cute little scrunkly boy. Oh, I have Cyberman news. Ooh. Interesting. Funny when RTD said there'd be no news till 2023. That's the thing, though. RTD lies. Like, that's, you know when River Song says Rule 1, the Doctor lies? I'd say right under that, Rule 2, RTD lies, man. Like, and I mean that in the greatest way, because he also told us, if you remember, sort of cheekily, that there'd be no more announcements after David Tennant and Catherine Tate, and then Yasmin Finney was announced, you know? So it's like... And then Neil Patrick Harris was also announced after that. So he does, you know, keep stuff. They paid the writer to use a certain cast. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I didn't know they paid it, but that makes sense, I guess. For the rights. Yeah, I think it is basically just because there's not more doctors, to be honest. Darius, was David Tennant your doctor? No, to be honest. Matt Smith was. But I'm still really excited for the 60th. But David Tennant kind of was too. I mean, it depends by what parameter you mean my doctor. He, like, technically he was the one I saw first, but I always say Matt was the one I grew up with properly. And then obviously I went back to watch Classic Who and all of LTD1 and Christopher Eccleston and, you know, Paul McGann movie and all that stuff. Oh, Terry's boss. When David said LZ, I was so happy. Yeah, that was great. You just watch the trailer again. I kind of just want to watch some connection issues. Hopefully it's not too bad. Oh, God. Oof. Oh, dear. Hello? Are we working? Are we working? Are we working or are we not working? Uh-oh, Thari's dead. No! I'm trying my best. I think I might be lagging, Boog. Yeah. Thari's dead. Long live Thari. Coming back, damn you. Damn the internet. I was saying it was going well all this time, and then it just... Worldwide... No! Laggy but working. Alright. Stick with me. Out of sync. You are maybe. Need to leave once more. God damn it! Come back to me. Come back. Hello, Stonehenge. Bum 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 bum. Are we back? We did it! I'm back. All right. Hello. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Bum 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 bum. We are coming back. It was the Rani. She got me in her what's the thing she does in Dimensions of Time? Like where she just the time tunnel. I got trapped in the time tunnel with the William Hartnell heads and the Patrick Troughton heads. Who takes the Pandorica takes the universe. Oh. Yes, exactly. I'm back. I'm back and it's about time. You got pickled in time like gherkins in a jar. I did. I did. And now there's a car going off outside my house. Stonehenge saved us. Do you prefer Cybermen or Cybermasters? Oh, Cybermen, obviously. There, he's got taken out of his time stream. It's coming home. Oops, too soon for a World Cup joke. I mean, I'm Welsh, so I was never going to get that far in the World Cup, let's be fair. Harris was briefly taken by 12 to Gallifrey, yes. But we're back. But bad news, everyone. Guess who? Huh? Yes, that's me. Yeah, is there anything new? I think that's to be honest, I think I mostly got yeah, what I wanted to like say today anyway. Already out. It's annoying because last stream had no issues, but I guess we're back anyway. So that's something. Where have you been? It's been 3 years. I tried so hard. To be honest, when your guys' side was lagging, I was using my 4G to try and keep a stable enough connection so that I wouldn't automatically get disconnected by OBS. Because if OBS doesn't receive enough feedback soon enough, then it will what do you call it? It'll like disconnect me automatically if like it's not receiving enough information. So I was keeping it just alive enough by using 4G, and then when my internet reactivated itself, then it came back. Feeling ill, thanks for streaming while I lie in bed. Well, I hope you get better soon. I really do. I hope you get better soon. Now, chat, if you'd all stop thinking about Darius is talking. Yeah. I think I mostly, to be honest, have said what I wanted to say though today, so I might wrap it up soon after that internet experience. I wonder how it'll look in the stream compilation that YouTube does. Whether it'll be able to like identify what was happening during that. Why can't WC air the first on the January 1st, 2023, second on Easter, the third in November? I think it's kind of a deliberate choice to give the people a gap to kind of for like people to not forget the Chibnall era, but kind of like, you know, just leaving a bit of a gap there because that like era was quite controversial, I guess. Like giving people some time to kind of detox off Doctor Who and come back excited, I think is probably partially the reasoning. But yeah, I think I'm going to head off. Which is your favourite Doctor? My favourite is David Tennant and John Pertwee. Matt Smith, second favourite would probably be Sylvester McCoy. David Tennant is also up there though. Casting for an actress is underway for a different kind of Cyberman, according to my mole. Interesting. Ooh. Interesting. That's very interesting. For Series 14, there we are. I think this puppeteer... oh, interesting. Okay, I won't read it all out, but thank you. Just know that I have read it. Very cool. Very cool. Watched since 2019. Well, you're an OG. You mustn't die, Theres. He's back. Wait, Wait, did it die again? Wait, did it go wrong again for a hot minute, or were we fine? Who's your favorite Doctor that is also a fish? The fish one. Yes. Oh, damn it. Congratulations on 18.6. We're almost on 18.7. So if anyone's new, feel free to subscribe. But listen, hey, I'm gonna head out. But have fun. The internet's been weird. But take care. And I'm sure the live stream compilation that YouTube does will probably be a bit more I've gotten so many Theories interactions, Massive W. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them. Okay, take care, everyone. Goodbye. If you aren't new, also feel free to subscribe. Just subscribe again. Twice, 3 times. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.